Hey guys, welcome to Flight Top King. Hey, today is going to be absolutely phenomenal, fantastic, full of flavor. Any F word you want to use. Easy.
Phenomenal. Phenomenal is a P word, honey.
Not in my dictionary. The idea is chicken and cheese quesadillas, but we're going to up the game. We're going to make a classic where it's just a lot easier for you guys. Then I'm going to make one of the best ones that I know how, keeping it simple, but jacking that flavor up. You guys stay tuned. All right, so this is the deal. A chicken and cheese quesadilla is just about one of the most classic things you could put on a griddle, right? We're not going to reinvent the wheel, but I do have some tricks up the sleeve to maybe up the game, okay? One of them is going to be just a standard chicken breast. We're going to season, put on the griddle like a large majority of people would, make it just a classic, good old style chicken and cheese quesadilla. The second one, though, we're going to go above and beyond. So let me show you what we got. We got half a chicken here, and let me show you how we got to this step. First things first, we need to attend to our chicken. I'm going to do this all outdoors. That way I can go ahead and clean up, sanitize the cutting board before we start with all the other ingredients. Simply, it's just a whole chicken. I don't think they're used near enough, but the flavor that it has, because the bone-in effect, phenomenal. Simple. So but the idea is we're just going to cut the backbone out of it. So we're going to smoke half the chicken. So I got a pair of kitchen shears right up the backbone. And then you see the breastplate here, same thing. I can just cut right through the breastplate with a good pair of scissors. And typically right there is your toughest. So I'm gonna put a knife right there in the middle, just like that, okay? So this is what we're gonna smoke with all the goodies underneath it. And then from here, what do you have left? The wing, the leg, the thigh, and the breast. So we're just going to quickly dismember, finding those joints. Okay. And right there is your chicken breast. So we're going to take the skin off. Now that you got your breast trimmed out, we'll just pound that out nice and thin, just basically making it more even so it cooks better on the griddle. It seems like this seasoning has absolutely taken fire on the internet. We're walking to the grocery store and noticed that they actually have a hot sauce of this, okay? So then I thought to myself, what could we do with that? Thus spurred the idea of a classic, right? So there's been huge views, not views, but like tags for me to try to do a brisket style taco. So let's get our feet wet first and try
With
a chicken quesadilla and cheese, all right? So this is going to be our binder. We have some tomatoes. I just got the one that's got the Mexican recipe in there. I got onions left over. I've got a poblano, some lime, some garlic. And then honestly, the seasonings didn't really matter to me. I don't think it's going to matter that much because the idea is we're going to pull the chicken, chop the chicken, and then shred the chicken, you know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's that big of a deal. But let's get back to the bath, okay? All right, first things first. I'm just gonna dump the whole can in there. It's not a big deal. We can use this sauce once the recipe's done for other things.
So our idea was kind of like a stewed Mexican chicken, how you get like that shredded stewed chicken at Mexican restaurants, but with extra flavor.
You can put jalapenos in here. We just thought the poblano pepper just gave it something different. Of course, you can roast the poblano pepper first. It's not that big of a deal. 2 cloves of garlic. We'll go.
Ah! Dang bug, honey.
2 cloves of garlic. We just gave it a quick rough chop. Onions. I think I'm just gonna throw the whole bag in there because honestly, I need to get rid of them. They've already been sliced. As you can see, they're just a purple onion. I'll save the white onions for another recipe.
So this is very rustic.
Oh yeah. And like anything, never even tasted before, but you got to taste what you buy and know in your heart and your mouth how to adjust the seasonings properly. And then you have to understand how to open it. What is this, a child lock?
Here, honey. You want me to loosen it for you?
There we go.
See, is it really hot?
It's got some kick for mild. I think it's hotter than mild. You get the lime, get a lot of chili powder. I like the consistency. I think it'll do. I think it will do.
They also had another one.
And that one said
one
hot,
we're using.
but the other one was like tropical hot, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like fruity. It said fruity tropical.
Obviously presentation side down, so we're gonna go here first. Any seasonings you want. That's just more of like taco blend on the bottom. I don't think you're gonna taste it. What I'm looking for is those vegetables and that steam to come up and kind of dissolve that liquid more than I am flavor on that one, okay? Same thing on the outside. We did a live a couple days ago and showed people the idea why I believe a smoker or a grill and a griddle is probably the best two grill combination that you can have because of the amount of flavor they can infuse in these recipes. Don't let your smoker or your grill get abandoned just because your love of the griddle.
I know a lot of people do.
Ironically, I like it. I absolutely like it. I don't know what's in it. I like the Southwest barbecue rub from Pit Boss. So we're going to use that. We are going to go a little heavy because we're going to be able to chop that skin up and use that as flavor as well. I mean, you can't tell me already that we're not kicking in fifth gear.
I mean, already, I'm excited. It's going to be fantastic.
Yep. We're using the Pit Boss today. We have it hovered around 250. So I'm just going to set it right in the middle. Remember, my smoker right in the middle is the hottest part of the whole smoker because that hot box underneath it. And I think that's going to help stew those vegetables. Not covering it is allow that smoke to penetrate that meat, so you're getting almost the best of both worlds. We'll shoot for about 162 to 163 degrees. Being that low of a temperature, we're not going to have that much of a carryover. And I might even dome it at the end, maybe for about 30 minutes while it rests. We'll just have to wait and see. But once it gets to that stage, we'll show you what it looks like. There she is. Woo. You see that moisture in the bottom of the pan?
Oh, it smells great too.
Got the tomatoes, the poblanos, the onions that cooked down, the juice in there. So what I want to do, I pulled it at 163. It's not going to carry over that much. Don't hear the garbage about 10 degrees and all that stuff. It will not. Well, we are going to tint it. Let it rest. I want those juices to sit back down in that chicken. Slow its roll. Because the last thing I want to do is pull this when it's piping hot and lose all that juice. So, alrighty. Chicken's resting. I just got a block of Colby Jack and a block of pepper jack. I'm going to fresh grate both. Just mix them together, and that's going to be the cheese that we use today. All right, we have some neighbors using a chainsaw. They're cutting down a tree, something I can't control. Sorry about the background noise. All right. To give the seasoning just a couple seconds to penetrate the meat, I have that chicken breast that I've already pounded out in the Ziploc bag to make it a lot more even thickness. So to that, we're just going to follow those same flavoring profiles, that Pit Boss Southwest, and then a little bit of taco seasoning. Of course, you could do your own blend: chili powder, cumin, coriander, paprika, garlic. But these are just simple staples in the pantry that we typically have. And there we go. Use some of this for the bones. You can see how moist the chicken is. I mean, just look at that. Would you? Ooh, it's still hot. And this thing's been relaxing for a while too.
Enough time to go to Sonic for a slush.
Ooh, happy hour. Kids out of summer. Ooh.
Well, we got to try it. Is it
Well, honey,
too hot to take a bite?
it's hot. I actually thought it would cool down a lot more than this. Woo. I would encourage you to let your chicken cool down a little bit more. It was more about 50 minutes that I let it cool down, and it is still piping hot. I'm actually gonna take this and put it right on the griddle.
Ooh, yum.
And then just shred this chicken up in that juice. That dang smoke, the moisture from the tomatoes and the seasoning we use, spot on. Absolutely spot on.
Look, is that a little snack?
Oh yeah.
Or is that getting chopped up with the
That's
quesadilla?
getting chopped up. That's flavor. That's gonna be the fat that we're gonna use for a chicken breast. And we're gonna put it on the griddle right now. So that's rendered chicken fat along with the seasonings and the smoke. That tenderloin. And then that nice chicken breast right there. Ooh, that nice crispy skin. Nice color on that chicken. Pour that fat in there. Just like that. So my idea was, you don't have to have all the vegetables if you don't want to. I kind of like the peppers, the poblanos, so I'm gonna set those to the side. Let those cook a little bit. Maybe a couple large tomatoes. And just set that chicken off on the side. On that cool spot of the griddle to dry out a little bit. Take some of that flavor back into it. Take these, let these cool for a second, and we'll chop that up.
Ooh, I just want a bite of that. So that is just the chicken skin.
Yep, that's got that tahini on it. A little seasoning.
It's like little bacon.
That's exactly what it's like.
Like chicken bacon.
Yep. Fantastic, isn't it?
Oh man, that is good.
Whew, that's a long process, but you know what? Sometimes it's worth it. So we just took a standard chicken breast. Let's just back up. We just took a standard chicken breast, whether you buy it on the bone or off the bone, pounded it out and seasoned it with some just Mexican and flavored style spices. But I wanted to go a step further. So we cut the chicken in half, we smoked it, tons of vegetables. That's just something that we like. We allowed that sauce to go on the griddle and then reduce so all of those seasonings come together. And these are the two choices that we have now for a chicken and cheese quesadilla. Right here, I've got a little bit of the green part of this green onion, a little white part, some fresh lime and cilantro. Nice little round of butter. Let that tortilla start. I did find out that 2 tortillas placed on top of each other is not a quesadilla. It's got to be folded. So, got to be careful of what you say around here. I don't care if I get a little cheese on the griddle around it. It just becomes like little bits and nooks and crannies, and ooh, it's good. Matter of fact, I might do it on purpose. This is gonna have that skin on there that's been crumbled up with all that flavor. Still allowing those that chicken breast right there to rest before we cut into it. Cutting against the grain. Put some of that diced chicken down. And for freshness, this is where I think it just takes it just to another level. Cilantro, a little green onion. I like a little of the onions in mine. And then just a fresh squeeze of lime for freshness. another knee down that stump. All right. Once your tortilla has a good looking color like that, that's what I'm looking for. You got to make sure it rests. These things are hot. All that cheese, this is like a pizza mouthfeel. Lava. I don't know what they're putting in that stump grinder, but whatever it is, sounds like about a 180-year-old tree. Holy cow. Sorry, nothing I can do about it. Woo! That nice golden brown. Now we chose a low-carb tortilla today because obviously I've got to watch what I eat sometimes. Obviously homemade tortillas, your favorite tortillas, really doesn't matter. Ooh, that's a stewed chicken.
Super hot.
That is like Mexican restaurant chicken. You know when you get it on nachos or whatever, times 10. That is so much flavor. And the cheese. But is it as good? Going through all that stuff. Just do a quick flash. Whew. Whew.
What? It's not as good? Worth the extra effort? Let me see.
If you compared this to something else, it'd win. But compared to that stewed chicken with the flavors,
I mean, of course, that one with the smoked, stewed, vegetable, tomato, chicken. It does just have way more just complexity of flavor.
Using that chicken skin too?
Yeah.
Don't be scared of using the whole chicken now, I'm telling you. That's good. That's another dimension of flavor that I thought it had a chance to have, and I'm glad it does, but I think it surprised me. I don't think you get near as much smoke, and I'm thankful for that because I don't want the sauce to taste smoky, but you can always add a chipotle adobo in there or something like that if you wanted that extra kick. That's pretty darn good. So there you go, 2 different versions, right? Take the chicken breast, pound it out, season it up, have yourself a good chicken and cheese quesadilla, or take the time, smoke it, shred it, and do what you love to do, which is just cook outdoors, get the family involved, and that's what it's all about. If you guys are interested, we have a join button down below. We appreciate each and every one of you for taking time for doing so. Once again, we apologize for the noise out of our control. Check us out on the Griddle group on Facebook is where we talk about griddles, where comments and ideas like this pop up all the time. You guys are our inspiration. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to press that subscribe button, pound the notification button, share it with your friends.
Time to eat. You don't even need any sour cream.
You know, I was just going to say,
I forgot about
no
the
hot
sour
sauce,
cream.
no sour. I wanted to taste it blonde, not bland, because it ain't bland in flavor. But you want those flavors to pop.